There is this overwhelming desire for most people to fit into one thing or another. One thing or another. This is not a new phenomenon. Everyone wants to be accepted. Everyone wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be respected. Did I say that twice? Everybody wants to fit in. And when I say everyone loosely. I don't necessarily have a desire to fit in. I just have a desire to be successful, and that takes relationships. That takes finding people who have my values, and they can hold me accountable, want to hold me accountable, and they want to be held accountable by me. I'm not the smartest person out there. I like to ask questions, but the answers I get, if they're not disputed, then they're the ones that I go with. There's this overcomplicated approach on life today, and it makes things so complicated that in general, people can't get anywhere. They end up staying the same whether they know it or not. They don't grow. They take on positions that compromise the very values they preach because they follow people who they think are successful who live by these overcomplicated values that you think you need to interpret, and it's right in front of your face. If you're talking to someone who is a liar but they have money, so you decide, well, I'm going to do business with them even if they're a liar, then you become a liar. You compromise. There's no one holding or towing the line or holding anyone accountable because of external benefits and acceptance. You don't want to hear what I just said, but if you're deciding to hang out with people who constantly mistreat their wives, then you are validating their activities. I'm not saying everyone's perfect. I'm saying that we cannot validate that which is corrosive to our culture. But what is your culture? That's the overcomplicating thing. If you don't want it in your own family, why would you partner up with it? If you don't want your daughter or son experiencing it or mouthing it, why would you partner up with it? Why would you okay it? Is it to fit in? Is it to be a part of something larger, even if it's corrosive to what you say your values are? If I have to beat someone up to win, I will not be winning. If I have to call someone out of their name to make myself look good, it won't be happening. If I have to cheat to buy the property, I can't buy the property. If I have to sound impressive to you to fit into your mode or your modus operandi or your crowd, if I have to small talk topics that I honestly don't know how to small talk. It won't happen. If I don't have the freedom to have a straight face and I always have to be smiling around you, I probably won't be around you. If I can't be myself, it's not a matter of fitting in. It's a matter of being accepted for who you are. Because you're striving to have a certain amount of integrity and character, morality. You're striving to do things in a way that's excellent. And if you're not accepted as that, do you decide that you're going to compromise and support the person who's running for office, or support the person who's starting the business, or support the person who has the social enterprise, or support the person who doesn't have your values? Yeah, no, you can't do that. But life has become so overcomplicated that a lot of people are willing to do that. And then there's this Orwellian way of living. In other words, the opposite is the truth. I think that's the Orwellian connection. In other words, these people are bad. These are terrible people. They're not worth it. They're this, they're that. But you're the only one speaking those words. What does that make you? They're not worth it. They're not worthy. They're this, they're that, they're this, that. But what does that make you? What, I think the popular thing in politics now is choice and life. Since when did they separate the two? Since a bunch of people started listening to the marketing. The Bible says life and death, and then choose life. But life and death are there. There's an old story in the Bible of the two women that were claiming the one baby, and they brought him to the king. And the king said, okay, I'm going to split the baby and give both of you half. And then the mother said, that's okay, give it to her. Give the baby to her. And he said, I'm giving the baby to you because only a mother can respond that way. I'm paraphrasing. If a person is going to have a baby and the baby's going to die on the inside of the womb and it could kill her, life is not all about making moral choices based upon the 18-year-old who has sex on purpose with the 23-year-old on purpose, and then goes to the mother or the father and they say, get an abortion. Sometimes it's a matter of life and death for the woman. Not my decision to make. You can't govern that. You have to moral that. And the only judge to that is God. Not you and not me. See, you overcomplicate it. It's not my job to judge your life. It ain't your job to judge my life. If we can roll together based upon commonalities and multiplication principles where we can help each other, I'm all for it. As long as you're not degrading me And I'm not degrading you, telling you how to live your life, and you telling me how to live my life, and you telling me how bad of a person I am, and me telling you how bad of a person you are, because you don't live like I do, and I don't live like you do. Ain't as complicated as people try to make it. They're trying to get you to spend your money and your thoughts to help them corrupt a whole group of people. Here are my values. They're Christian. My responsibility is to live by it, not to make you live by yours. If these videos are helpful to you, patreon.com/the broadcast with PCD. The broadcast at PCD at Patreon, patreon.com. It would be great if you could help me spread these messages if they're helpful to you. And thank you. Truly thank you for spending just a little bit of your time with me.